Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll recap selected races from Saturday, July 16 and Sunday, July 17. It was a weekend which saw 19 races on offer. Saturday was dubbed the Hall of Fame Race Day, with the feature event being the Thoroughbred Racing Hall of Fame Stakes Trophy. Meanwhile, Sunday's race card saw the Terremoto Trophy as the main event. Let's begin our highlights package with Race 2 from Saturday. This was a restricted stakes event going 1820 meters. Juvenile Patterson was a replacement for fellow apprentice Yuval Pinnock aboard Daddy Jones.
Ready for a start. They're often racing in the second. Morimoto rushing through for that lead. Right against the rail, that's Goliath the Great. Truel Sky is out wide in third as they go toward the clubhouse turn. Then comes right against the rail, that is I Realize. Behind I Realize on the outside, tracking that's the Citadel. Then comes Daddy Jones, and contented to race at the back of the field are Angel. Taking them to the 7 furlong point on the course, and it is Goliath the Great in front of Morimoto as they head toward the 6.5 furlong. It's Goliath the Great bouncing easily on that lead. On the inside, that's Morimoto. They pass the 6, then comes True Al Sky, 2 lengths away before we come to I Realize. Then comes the Citadel right beside the Citadel, that's our Angel, and marginally at the back of the field, that is Daddy Jones. They pass the 5, heading toward the 4, and still Goliath the Great dictating terms. The Morimoto now switches and goes for that lead. It's Morimoto taking them to the 4 furlong point. Morimoto in front of Goliath the Great, looks to be tiring a bit. Then comes running on, that's True Al Sky, 4 lengths away before we come to our Angel. Then comes the Citadel, Daddy Jones, and I Realize racing at the back of the field. They're coming toward the 2.5 furlong point. Morimoto, True Al Sky looking dangerous on the outside of Morimoto, and True Al Sky now goes right through Morimoto. Does Morimoto has anything to offer there at the top of the lane? True Al Sky stretching out wide. Morimoto right there too. Here comes our Angel looking a path between runners, but coming once again. It's Morimoto in front. Morimoto, True Al Sky trying to fight back. Morimoto in front, and Morimoto at the furlong pole begins to kick. True Al Sky is not yet done. Morimoto driven for all his worth. It's Morimoto in front. Our Angel still coming on. Morimoto will land the King is Born. Morimoto beats True Al Sky, our Angel, and Daddy Jones in fourth.
At 8 to 5 odds, Morimoto with Tevin Foster aboard completed a 2-length victory for champion trainer Anthony Baba Nunes. Race 5 was an optional claiming event going 1,000 meters or 5 furlong straight. Nicholas Smith's entry Sudden Flight was sent off as a 4 to 5 favorite.
Heart of a Lion. They're off. Soul Eye breaking in the center. Sudden Flight is also running quickly as expected. Balazzo is right up with the front runners. Graydon in the blue is racing nearest to us, but needs to do some more as they make their way toward the final 3. Balazzo, just possibly the overall leader. Graydon is right there prominent against the stands. It's All Eye begins to drift to the stand side fence. Sudden Flight needs to do some more on the far side. That's a Color Me Tan as they come charging up toward the last quarter. It's still wide open. It's All Eye and the Balazzo mix it up. Sudden Flight right there on the premises if good enough. Color Me Tan in the blue now shaken hard by the rider as they come thundering past the final 3/16th, and it is Balazzo out in front. It's All Eye in the red sleeves right against the stand fence. Sudden Flight now asked to sprout wings, but Balazzo continues to hold on. Sudden Flight now beginning to gain momentum, and Sudden Flight now moves through. It is Sudden Flight and awesome Anthony Thomas. Heart of a Lion is running on for a minor share. Sudden Flight beats Heart of a Lion. Could be Color Me Tan over It's All Eye. Balazzo is fifth.
Sudden Flight justified as the favorite start to win by 2 1/4 lengths. The winning time was logged at 1 minute 2 3/5 of a second, going 1,000 meters. Let's pick up the action with Race 7. This was the feature event of the day, the Thoroughbred Racing Hall of Fame Stakes Trophy. Ian Prasad's entry, Jordan Rains, was a 9 to 5 favorite.
They're off. Their start, Love of Lucy. Grabs an early lead. Eagle One goes in chase. Got a girl on the outside. Jordan Rains now beginning to make ground in between horses. A Duke the Grey stays close to those leaders. At the back of the field, it is King Arthur. They've left the 5 and run away now toward the half mile, and Lure of Lucy attempts to go all the way. Eagle One attacking on the outside. Duke is in a handy spot with Jordan Rains in between runners. Got a girl in the blue and gold races out 3 wide as they slip past the 7/16th. King Arthur continues to run at the back, some 7 lengths off the lead. They're inside now the final 3. They make their way toward the 5/16th. Lure of Lucy and Eagle One continue to battle. Jordan Rains has been taken out 3 wide as they come thundering into the lane. It's still wide open. The Grey Duke is left back and forth against the fence. Lure of Lucy in a tremendous battle with Jordan Rains now, who picks it up, and Jordan Rains snatches that lead. Lure of Lucy hanging on for second. Eagle One on the outside. Duke looking for a run against the rail, but Jordan Rains is traveling quickly inside the final 16th. It is Jordan Rains and the wily Dick Cardenas. They seem to have stolen the show, and they will win the Thoroughbred Racing Hall of Fame Stakes trophy by almost 3 over Lure of Lucy. Duke is third, Eagle One.
Piloted by Panamanian rider Dick Cardenas, Ian Prasad's Impoti, Jordan Rains came home ahead of the field by 2 1/4 lengths. Second went to Lure of Lucy, followed by Duke and Eagle One. The 8th event was a 3-year-old and up claiming event going 1,500 meters. The Steely Superluminal, now from the stable of Victor Williams, was a 2-5 favorite.
As the government rolls out NIDS, there are some key facts that all Jamaicans should know.
NIDS is voluntary. No service provider should force you to enroll or deny you services if you don't have NIDS.
NIDS requires your biographic data and some biometric, like facial image, fingerprints, and signature. Remember your privacy. No one should access your data unless you authorize it.
Too much information shouldn't be required to enroll. Key to all of this, you can opt out anytime you want. Note though, opting out does not mean that all your data will be deleted.
Know your rights. Get the NIDS facts. A message from the NIDS Coalition, co-led by Jamaicans for Justice and /Roots Foundation.
They're often racing. Inspired Mercury did everything wrong and is at the back of the field. Superluminal passes D7 along with Fearless Champion. These two hooked up on it. Then Life follows them in third as they come past the 6.5 furlong. Superluminal in front. Fearless Champion is right there in second as they go past the 6. Then Life is stacked onto the tail, is right there in third, now sharing second. Then comes Silent Cat, Biblical Legend, recovering. That is Inspired Miracle as they pass the 5. Right in the rail, that's Old Wharf. Right beside Old Wharf, that's Out on a Limb. Garincha and Forkland can see them all racing at the back of the field. They're coming to the half mile. Superluminal bouncing on that lead. 1.5 lengths in front of Denby Life, contented to stalk in second. 3 lengths away to Fearless Champion in a third. Right against the rail, and now switched off the rail and coming on. That is Old Wharf. Behind Old Wharf, that's Biblical Legend. Right against the rail, now overtaken. That's Silent Cat making a run for it. That's Inspired Miracle. They're at the top of the lane, and Superluminal brings them into it. Hounded on the outside by Denby Life. Superluminal here coming up the inner rail. That's Fearless Champion. Superluminal still in front. Fearless Champion. Old Wharf is also running on. It's Superluminal at the furlong pole. Old Wharf is begins to get some ground. It's Superluminal still in front. Old Wharf. Here comes Fearless Champion. Superluminal hanging on desperately from Fearless Champion. Superluminal will beat Old Wharf and Fearless Champion going by for second. Then Be Life and maybe Inspired Miracle.
Superluminal stamped his class on the event to come away with victory by 3 1/4 length. Ridden by 6-time champion rider Omar Walker, Superluminal completed the 1,500-meter trip in 1 minute 37 seconds. Saturday's ninth and penultimate race was the Reynal Ren Gonzalez Memorial Cup. This was a 3-year-old and up overnight allowance contest going 1,820 meters.
They're off. Ras Emanuel a shade slowly out at the back of the field early. Big Jewel is on the rail being ridden along with a Burn Notice, Uncle Frank, Miniature Man and Awesome Treasure. These 5 abreast as they want that lead, but Big Jewel comes away with it as they leave the mile pole behind. Burn Notice is a length down on the outside. As they charge away, Awesome Treasure now rushing up to take on Big Jewel. Uncle Frank is right there, a close third. Burn Notice on his outside, a half a length separates them. Miniature Man a further half a length down. Then Best Daughter Ever and Ras Emanuel as they go floating toward the sixth. Awesome Treasure on the outside, matching strides with Big Jewel, testing him all the way. Uncle Frank closing in third, just about a length behind the leaders. Burn Notice is cruising back in fourth. Miniature Man has to make ground on the outside, edging closer, so too Best Daughter Ever. And Ras Emanuel continues to labor at the back. They're going toward the final half of a mile in the event. And Big Jewel now shakes loose. Just the leader. Burn Notice asked to tackle him, and these go at it as they make their way now running toward the final 7/16. Miniature Man has made a big move, and it is Big Jewel just the leader. Miniature Man pushed to get down a length and a half back in second. Burn Notice is ridden in third. Best Daughter Ever a further 2.5 lengths back, racing on the outside. Uncle Frank hugs the rail. Ras Emanuel is next. An Awesome Treasure has faded rapidly and trails the field. They're coming into the lane. They leave the quarter pole behind them, and Big Jewel has taken charge in complete control at the moment with 3/16 to run. He's getting cracks at that right-hand stick, and it's Big Jewel out in front. Best Daughter Ever continues the chase some 5 or 6 lengths back. Ras Emanuel has made good ground coming from the back of the pack, but this Big Jewel is out in front. The rider having a peep in his mirrors inside the final 16th, and it is a Big Jewel coasting home. Brake lights coming on as he's eased in the end, winning by 6 over Best Daughter Ever. Then Ras Emanuel and Burn Notice.
The 3 to 5 favourite Big Jewel obliges to win by 8 lengths. The Ian Prasad entry clocked 1 minute 58 and 2/5 of a second, going 820 metres. Second went to Best Daughter Ever, followed by Ras Emanuel and Burn Notice. Saturday's final event was the Emma Chen Memorial Trophy. Contested over 1,400 metres, this was restricted to native-bred 3-year-old maiden fillies.
All in and locked away. They're off and racing. Lady Ben gets the worst of the start and is racing at the back of the field. They blast past the 6.5 furlong and making the running. It is a Runway Icon joining that one on the rail. That's Blue Sky. So Runway Icon and Blue Sky, Wowtastic and Oh So Long traveling together. Then comes Love Dub right against the rail. That's Zion, hidden from view on the outside. That is Premier Identity. Then comes Empress Nakalia. 5 Spenleys on the rail, just beside 5 Spenleys.
Welcome to the world of
going down as they pass the 4. Now Alaya comes next, right on the rail and recovering. That's Lady Ben. And Keturah comes next and racing at the back of the field. Traditional Lady there. Passing the 3 and making the running. Runway Icon skittering away from these. About 3 lengths in front of racing on the rail. That's Oh So Long. Wowtastic is still there. Also coming on Zion's Princess, North London, running on too, but Runway Icon is in front and traveling sweetly at the moment. Wowtastic trying to put in a challenge there at the coming to the furlong pole. Runway Icon and Awesome Anthony looks to have this one in the bag. Wowtastic trying to deny them though. It's
bye for now.
Runway Icon traveling nicely, finding on these, and Runway Icon finding all they need for this one. Runway Icon beats Wowtastic. Now Lyra runs on to be third. It looks like 5 Spenleys just getting there ahead of Oh So Long.
Sent off as a 2 to 1, Howard Jagai's Runway Icon, ridden by Anthony Thomas, looked unbothered in securing the win by 2 1/4 lengths. Wowtastic, No Lie, 5 Spenleys and Oh So Long rounded off the top 5 placings. Saturday was highlighted by Jordan Rain's victory in the Thoroughbred Racing Hall of Fame Stakes Trophy. As the Jockeys Championship continues to gather momentum, 4 jockeys in Din Dawkins, Anthony Thomas, Tevin Foster and Omar Walker all secured 2 victories. However, it was Thomas who finished the day on 55 wins, 1 win ahead of Dawkins. On the other side, we'll recap some of the exciting action from Sunday, July 17. This included the day's feature, the Terremoto Trophy. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In the second half of our presentation, we'll recap some of the action from Sunday, which included the Terremoto Trophy. Champion rider Anthony Thomas started the day on 55 victories, one ahead of Dane Dawkins. However, before the day could end, there was an exciting twist to the Jockeys Championship. Let's pick up the action from Sunday, beginning with race 2. This was a maiden condition race going 1,000 meters. Siddiqui Blake was a replacement for Omar Simpson aboard the 5-horse You and I.
5 furlongs straight, the trip. They're off and racing. Noble Impulse gets the good start on the far rail and is stacking across in the middle. We make out Cotherwood Catty. She is also prominent. In the middle, that's Joe. Right there too, that's Ophelia's mom. Just in behind those, that is Another Wave. And totally out of it, that's You and I and Lady Lola. They pass the 3 furlong point, and it is Noble Impulse, large and in charge at the moment. Another Wave trying to put in a challenge toward the far rail. Over on the far rail, that's the gifted one. Noble Impulse is large and in charge at the furlong and a half pole. No dangers at the moment. They're coming to the furlong pole. Noble Impulse skittering away from these. Coming on, that's Joe. Right in the mix, that's Another Way. But Noble Impulse on an afternoon stroll. Noble Impulse and terrific Tevin Foster getting rid of the field. Noble Impulse beat Another Wave. Joe is next, and Ophelia's mom is
Tevin
fourth.
Foster continued his rich form to complete victory aboard Noble Impulse for champion trainer Anthony Nunes. Second went to Another Wave, followed by Joe in third and Ophelia's mom in fourth. The day's fourth event saw Foster aboard another Nunes entry, Il Cid. With King Air being a late non-starter, 7 faced the starter, going 1,300 meters.
Ready for a start, they're off and racing. Anchorman marginally misses it along with Tap It Good. El Cid blasting to an early lead as they pass the 6th. It's El Cid in front. Coming down right there too, that's Last Bid. Right against the rail, that's Give Me the Light. Also there in the mix, that's how we're looking as they pass the 5. Justin Biden on his outside. Then comes Tap It Good and racing at the back of the field, Hankerman. They come toward the 4 furlong point. El Cid marginally in front of Last Bid. Justin Biden joining the fray. How we looking as a length and a half away. Then comes a Tap It Good recovering and Give Me the Light tailing off, and Never in It, Anchorman. They're coming to the 2.5 furlong point, and it is now Last Bid in front right against the rail. That's El Cid out wide. Justin Biden, they're at the top of the lane. And here come El Cid once again. Last Bid fighting off El Cid. El Cid.
Others may try, but we have the original. The new Kentucky Chicken Sandwich.
The AFTV USA Tour is brought to you today by NordVPN. NordVPN offers you secure and private internet browsing on the go with maximum protection.
You can stream all your geo-blocked programs, and it's fast. From a click of a button, you can be anywhere in the world.
Feel invincible
Il Cid at odds
with
of 2-1 outsped the
NordVPN
field
and get an
by
exclusive
3
deal
and
by
a quarter
clicking
length.
this link in the
Going
description.
1,300 meters, Il Cid's stopped the clock at 1 minute, 23 seconds. The 6th event included entries from the highest level of claiming. 9 faced the starter going 1,200 meters.
My problem is I'm eating my breakfast, right, and I've been put off by them. What are they? Who would wear them? I say who would wear them.
They're off and racing. Came out to
Someone
the
that's just
line
come over
and
for breakfast that isn't necessarily going out
That's
on fashion
Lightning,
parade.
the Queen and takes that lead right in the middle. That's one
Did you find them or did you actually buy them?
and joins the fray. Also there on the bill, that special control. Back stacked onto the tail of those.
I don't even think James would wear them.
Solid approach. Danny Spot
Do you wear
comes
them,
next.
James?
Donald Mighty is right there behind those. That's Azaria and racing at the
Maybe he's doing it for charity. Maybe he's doing it for charity. We are gonna go shopping. I'm gonna buy him some flip flops, proper ones, so he can look a bit trendy. These are going in the bin in a few hours time.
We're eventing again, eventing.
Here comes on the
Rough to
outside.
see
That
him,
is one done. That's in front. The one done is coming
Actually, rough to see Voldemort now,
Why that's done Almighty back.
No, he's actually
right
Lee's actually on a podcast tonight for the American Gooners, right? So before we all go and show him a lot of support, you know what I mean? Apart from Julian, go support Lee.
One done coming back. It's back on. Daunting the challenge of one done. Second. Then comes Azaria running on to be third. Solid approach.
Not got time for that, so I'll have to join you for the climax.
At 21-1, Baton Rouge, ridden by Philip Parchment for trainer Jason DaCosta, landed Sunday's sixth event. Second went to the importee One Don, followed by Azaria, Don Almighty, and Solid Approach. Our recap ends with the feature event from Sunday's card. This was the Terry Motor Trophy going 2,000 meters. Slam the mount of Jamar Jackson for trainer Ryan Darby was a late non-starter.
Can't trust these drops. Ready. They're off. Fair start. Lana Vicati just a step slowly out. Salute the Deputy is over on the far rail. Roraima now in the blue with the yellow cap tugging. And Roraima gets that lead narrowly from the head cornerstone. And Salute the Deputy on the rail. Great Wayne is in behind them in fourth, followed up by Roraima. Pellicular races off the rail, Lana Vicati right against it. And last of all in the purple, that's Total Prosperity. A three-way war up front. Roraima out wide, the head cornerstone, and Roraima now go on. Salute the Deputy taken off the sprints and running back in third. Great Wayne is in fourth, possibly 6 lengths off that lead. They're followed by Rainsville as they lead the seventh. Pellicular races up next, 3 lengths in behind to Lion of Vicati. Forget Total Prosperity with a lot to do from there. They're approaching the final 6 furlongs. Roraima attempts to go all the way. Salute the Deputy cutting that lead to a half a length. The head cornerstone is right on the rail. Rainsville and Pellicular team up in behind these in a tight grouping. Great Wayne is just 3 lengths in behind that bunch. A gap of 405 to Lion of Vicati, and Total Prosperity continues to trail. They run to the half mile. They're almost there now, about to enter the turn for home, and Rainsville has the lead from Pellicular. Roraima has backed out into third. The head cornerstone making hard work of it. Caught now by Salute the Deputy, who overtakes. A gap opens up to Great Wayne, then Lion of Vicati. Forget Total Prosperity. 3 furlongs remaining in the event. A Terry Motor Trophy, and they run toward the 5/16th, and Rainsville is guided along on that lead. Pellicular now stalking and trying to reel the leader in at the top of the lane. It is Rainsville stepping just off the rail. Pellicular now almost alongside, and these two battle for it. Salute the Deputy is angling down toward the rail. Lion of Vicati has made progress, but Pellicular now takes charge. Rainsville is running on the spot at the moment as they approach the furlong pole, and Pellicular now gets cracked.
Breaking news is the fact that Arsenal have agreed a £30 million deal with Man City to sign Zinchenko, which includes apparently about £2 million worth of add-ons as well. We'll take calls from City and Arsenal fans on this, obviously. What's your first impression of this? It's been sort of mulling over for some time now, but it's finally happened.
I think it's a great...
Pellicular, conditioned by Hall of Fame trainer Richard Azan, handed title-chasing jockey Dane Dawkins his third victory of the day. Covering 2,000 meters, Slam posted a winning time of 2 minutes, 13 and 2/5 of a second. As we recap another thrilling weekend of racing, it was highlighted by Jordan Rain's victory in the Thoroughbred Racing Hall of Fame Stakes Trophy, and a 4-time on Sunday by devastating Dane Dawkins. Dawkins' 4 victories came aboard Oklahoma in the day's opening event, Jackson in the 5th, Pellicular in the 8th, and Hot Ice in the 9th and final. Dawkins' 4 wins on Sunday propelled him to the top of the jockey standing to lead second-placed Anthony Thomas by 3 wins. Well, this has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. I'll see you next time.